Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video that you guys requested, which is a TBR bookshelf tour, and I have all of my books together on sort of 2 shelves, 3 shelves, something like that, I don't know. So let's get started and you can see how I store them and what I still have to read. So this is the first shelf of my TBR, and it is on that thing that sits behind me while I film, and I don't have my books on the shelf in really any order. They're just how they got put on there. First up is A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin. Then A Storm of Swords by George R.R. Martin. Followed by A Feast of Crows by George R.R. Martin. The Winter Rose by Jennifer Donnelly. The Wild Rose by Jennifer Donnelly. Those two are both from the Tea Rose series. Secrets of the Tudor Court Between Two Queens by Kate Emerson. And I think this is actually the second in this series, so I probably have to buy another one before I can even read this one. The Ha-Has by Dave King. The Poisonwood Bible by Barbara Kingsolver. The Dressmaker by Kate Alcott. The Last Unicorn by Peter S. Beagle. The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. The Ghost Bride by Yang Zichu. I'm sorry I butchered that. I have no idea. The Wilds. Short Stories by Julia Elliott. The Light Between Oceans by M.L. Stedman. On Stranger Tides by Tim Powers. This was Justin's book that he got in his Blind Date with the book, so I wanted to read it too. The Night of Maison Rouge by Alexandre Dumas. Lorraine Margot by Alexandre Dumas. Walden and Civil Disobedience by Henry David Thoreau. Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. This is kind of a musty copy, and I may end up getting a better one before I actually read it, because this one makes me sneeze. Naked Lunch by William S. Burroughs. And I think this is one of the books that I got from Carla J's library when I was at Hollins, so this one's kind of a sentimental one. Shakespeare, A Midsummer Night's Dream. A Heartbreaking Work of Staggering Genius by David Eggers. The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd. The Club du Mas by Arturo Perez Reverte. I actually started reading this one, and so it has a bookmark in it. I just didn't finish it. We're going to have to actually angle down at this shelf because my tripod can't get any lower. But yeah, here's the second shelf. Requiem for a Paper Bag. Celebrities and Civilians Tell Stories of the Best Lost Treasures and Found Items from Around the World by Pam Rothbart. This was actually a book that an ex-boyfriend gave me. I'm pretty sure that I was only supposed to borrow it, and then we broke up, because it has an inscription in the front of it from one of his professors. Whoops! The Battle in Seattle, the story behind the World Trade Organization demonstrations by Janet Thomas. I actually did my thesis in college on media's coverage of protests, so I am really interested in this subject, and I have a couple of books on it. Sophie Scholl and the White Rose by Annette de Bock and Judd Newborn. The White Rose, Munich, 1942 to 1943 by Ingo Scholl. Walt Disney World, Hidden History, Remnants of Former Attractions and Other Tributes by Kevin Yee. Make No Law, The Sullivan Case and the First Amendment by Anthony Lewis. The Zinester's Guide to Portland. I got this, I think, at Powell's when I was living in Portland, so I've read little tidbits of this, but not the whole entirety of it. Day Hiking, Oregon Coast by Bonnie Henderson. I won this in a giveaway at a letterboxing camp that I went to, so I haven't even really looked through this. One day I'll go to the Oregon Coast though, and it'll be very useful. Mountain Spirits by Joseph Earl Dabney. The Drag King Anthology, Donna Tropica, Kathleen Lebsko, and Jean Noble. I actually had this for a paper that I did in college, and it's a bunch of really fantastic short stories about drag kings, and I love drag king culture, just saying. Her Fearful Symmetry by Audrey Nuffenegger. The Kite Runner by Claude Husseini. Life of Pi by Jan Martel. Saving Fish from Drowning by Amy Tan. Arabian Nights, and I've actually read part of this, but it's one of those books that you just can't sit down and read all the way through. It's long. The Memory Keeper's Daughter by Kim Edwards. Pilgrim at Tinker Creek by Annie Dillard. Emma by Jane Austen. Mansfield Park by Jane Austen. Persuasion by Jane Austen. The Lies I Told by Michelle Zink. Enda by Sherwood Smith. Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. So this is the last shelf, and where most of, if not all of, my hardback unread books live, and you can see my little Vinylmation guys down there in the corner from Disney World, and then There's Mark Twain on the shelf up above them. I love these little guys. They're actually all over my bookshelf. I think you can see them in the background of some of my videos, but yeah, anyways. So I have the complete collection of the Oz books, and this is volume 1, which has The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, The Marvelous Land of Oz, and Ozma of Oz. This is volume 2 with Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, The Road to Oz, and The Emerald City of Oz. Next we have the 3rd volume, which has The Patchwork Girl of Oz, Tick-Tock of Oz, and The Scarecrow of Oz. Volume 4, Rinky-Tink of Oz, The Lost Princess of Oz, and The Tin Woodman of Oz. And finally, The Magic of Oz, Glinda of Oz, and The Royal Book of Oz. Next up is Walk Across America by Peter Jenkins, and this is a book that my grandmother lent to me. This one does not have a dust jacket because I went through a phase where I would get rid of dust jackets and now I regret it. This one I did also start reading, and it is Freedom for the Thought That We Hate by Anthony Lewis. This is another book about the First Amendment. A Christmas Carol and Other Christmas Writings by Charles Dickens. Camilla by Alexander Dumas Fille. The Silkworm by Robert Galbraith. Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling. The Tokiado Road, a novel of feudal Japan by Lucia St. Clair Robeson. I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. Landline by Rainbow Rowell. The Husband's Secret by Leanne Moriarty. Collected Poems of Emily Dickinson. And I've read several of these, I just haven't read the whole thing cover to cover. The Commitment Engine, Making It Work by John Jantish. And The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes and Other Stories by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I don't know that I will ever actually read the entirety of this. This was a gift to Justin for Christmas, but I am interested in reading some Sherlock Holmes, so it's down there. Alright, so that is it. Those are the books that I have on my TBR shelf, and I hope that you enjoyed that. I have quite a few, and I'm trying to get them down under 30, because what I have right now is just sort of ridiculous, and I would like to read, I mean, all of those are books that I really want to get to, and some of them have been on my shelf for quite a long time, and I'm kind of ashamed that I haven't read them yet. So yeah, if you have read some of these and think that I should get to them sooner rather than later, definitely let me know what you think of them, because that will help for sure to motivate me to read them. Yeah, so I will see you guys next time. Bye!